it's also Tuesday, so that means we're taking out the trash. I found this bag of primarily feed sack reproductions, and they're mostly little strips, and there's a few triangles in there, but not anything I can really use. So I've got a couple of ideas for things I'm going to do, and one is to make like a quilted sort of book cover, journal cover. So we'll see how that goes. And some I might make what you call it, a snippet roll. Some I might make into like a little fabric clusters, that sort of thing. So I'll start with step one, getting those out of my way. So I want to use this paper bag to use as a base for a cover. So I'm just using my scissors to cut the bottom off. And if you want to keep the bottom, you can, but I'm not, because I got enough trash. But yeah, I mean, could use it for something. Good enough. Okay. Well, this is perfect, because that's exactly what I wanted to do, is cut it down the seam. And then this is the flap where the paper's been glued together. I'm just going to cut that away. We don't need any double layers. I mean, not that it would be a big deal. Okay. So now I have a rather big chunk of paper. Oh, I wrecked it. That's okay. So how big is this? This one is 27-ish by 15-ish. So I think I want to cut these about 9 inches. Whoops, my glue just about went flying. I'll put this along the edge here. It doesn't have to be exactly square. So about 9 inches wide, I guess. Now, in theory, if I cut them all 9 inches, or if I cut 2 of these 9 inches, the leftover will be 9 inches. Because math. Oops. I'm going to go press these with a hot iron. I'll be right back. These are all nice and flat now. And this is a piece of felt. I got it in a bag of something. I don't know. And I thought that'd be nice, sort of as a batting. And I like to use paper bag in many ways, because it's kind of at the end of its life. You know, you're probably not going to reuse it for groceries because, I mean, they've already probably got a little tear in them or something, and you don't want to be chasing your groceries around the parking lot as the cans roll away. Okay, I think that's going to be good. Done, done, done. I did trim these down to about, I don't know, 14 inches, I guess. I can put this right against the edge so I don't waste any. Trim off the excess. Okay. Whoops. I'll just clear this away. I'm going to wait for this to dry, so I have made another one ahead somewhere. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, found one. This one is about an inch shorter, I guess, or half an inch shorter. Doesn't really matter, because if I can't find a book cover to wrap this around, I can make a book cover out of chipboard. So what I want to do now is I want to draw some lines that will help me keep my fabric straight. So this is a step you can totally skip if you don't really care. And I'm using this friction pen. Hopefully it'll work, and if it doesn't, I've got a Sharpie there. So I'm just going to bring it down to the end. Yep. I'm not going to be worried about the horizontal lines because I'll be putting the fabric on vertically. So I think you see how this is going to work. I will stop right now. Tell you the next step. Now, got my fabrics here. Some of these are not going to be long enough to cover like the whole width of the paper. So some I'm going to have to sew together. So here's some sort of relatively well, these are all kind of shorter, aren't they? These are some short bits as well. That's a skinny bit. So I will be just sort of pawing through these, and it's not even worth putting together, and choosing ones that should be stitched together. You know, maybe they're the same width-ish. So if I sewed this one with, let's say this one, I would want to trim this edge off. This is coming from a project that I tore apart. So I would sew these together, right sides together first, and then I would lay that out. So this one's actually going to need a third piece. So leave that with me for a minute. I also have a few triangles in here, a few squares. I might do some of these triangles together and sew them to strips. Some of these are really teeny tiny, but this got little Scotty dogs on it. It's so cute. That's pretty. I like that. So, pulling out all of these triangles. So give me 5 minutes. I'm kidding. It's going to be more like an hour and 5 minutes. Here's a couple of really skinny long ones that might go together really good. I should get all the skinny ones together. And yeah, we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I did sew triangles together, did some half triangle squares, quarter triangle squares, and this one is 2 quarter triangles and a half a triangle. So I just used up the bits. So I finished drawing my lines here. I will probably straighten up that line a bit, and then I will turn this fabric over and then do a scant 1/4 of an inch row of stitching there. I will turn that out and iron it. So because I'm using scraps, nothing is going to be very square. So I'd like to start with one edge reasonably square. That's not too bad, really. And then I'll turn it around. And I can make this 2 3/8 wide. And just trim off this little bit of excess. Okay, now because I do not want this to shift while I'm working on it, I'm going to put some glue down. And I think I want the purple at the top. Okay. Now I'll straighten this bit up. And really, it's just whiskers, just whiskers. Okay. So I think I'll go like this. Don't want to think it too much. I can pin that if I like. I don't like. So I'm going to do a seam right there. And then after I've done that seam, I can see this one. I took 2 skinny pieces and attached it to a wide piece. And then I can sew this down to this edge. So I would turn it over this way. Okay, let me sew, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've already turned this one out and ironed it flat. Then I sewed this one on and also ironed it flat. Okay, I don't have to keep these long ends. I can trim these down, and some of them are going to be useful to add to the next strings. Some of them are not. Every once in a while I could do a piece that's maybe the right length. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, here's a good one. So I got this one with bears. So maybe I'll sew that one there. And then we can put some other pieces together. All right. Ooh, this is fun. I like this one. So this needs, it probably could use one of these. I could cut this down a bit. All right. I think that's what I'll do, because I think these are a little too big. All right, let me get back to work. Okay, I've got this all covered. So I'm just going to glue this bit down. Let's cut it up. I'm gonna use my trimmer here. Just so things move a little faster. Okay. So that's the way I'm going to leave that right now. But, I mean, you can imagine it as a book cover. Right? But I have another idea about how to do one. Okay, so this time I'm going to use this. And I'm just, it doesn't matter where I put it. I'm just going to put it right there. Now, I'm going to take little pieces of fabric and I'm going to stitch that down. Open that up. Now the next piece I might need, well, I wouldn't use that piece. I might go a little off kilter and go like that. I'm just going to go around and around and around with progressively longer, or I might have to piece long pieces together. We'll just see how that goes. So, oh, look at this one. I didn't use this one. I'll save that because I can use that. All right, let me work on this for a bit, and then I will come back and show you how it has turned out. Okay, let me just show you where I am so far. So it doesn't, I'm not as concerned with having straight lines as I was with the first example, but with each one, after I iron it, I'm gluing it down. Now, you have to be careful that when you do put a new piece down, that you're covering everything and not just like put it there, because you'll have gaps. So make sure you're putting your piece a little bit back. Okay. So I still have this huge bag of scraps, but I do have 2 book covers done now. And I hope I can put these to use soon. Be a nice squishy journal. So here's the one that I went around and around. This is the one that was the straight up and down. I think I like this one better. What do you think? I do. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me on another Take Out the Trash Tuesday. Looks like I've got some more work to do here. You take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.